All right, bang, bang. It's the Rundown live from Barstool, Chicago. You guys have been asking for it, so here we are. Eddie, White Sox Dave, Chief, Carl. If you didn't know us, I don't know why I introduced everybody, but it's okay.
I might not.
It's okay. The Rundown. Dave, are you excited to be doing this production?
Yes.
Carl?
Dave sounds like he's being held hostage. Of course we're excited. This is a big piece of Barstool programming. This is like a fucking foundational piece of what we do at Barstool Sports. I'm personally flattered they asked us to take over a weekly rundown.
It might be the longest running program we have.
I believe it is.
Yeah.
It existed before Big Cat was full-time, right? He would go on when he wasn't.
I think
he was
the
full-time.
originator.
Yeah, he was one of the originators, yeah.
Yeah. Remember they had the little tarps that they used to hang behind?
They were like towels.
Yeah, Dan had a Chicago ad, KFC had his.
Cutouts,
Yeah.
What a great idea. I wonder whether they really thought they nailed that one.
They were probably like fucking budgeting for those towels to get custom made.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
No one has a green screen.
So we will be taking over the Rundown on Wednesday starting from here on out. We're excited about it. It should be fun. Like we're fucking old school Barstool guys, so we fucking love this show. So we're happy to do it. Right?
Yeah, well, I mean, you get your
so.
own fucking desk over here. We're crammed in on this couch.
It's a good
visual.
visual.
We're super thrilled.
It's a
Sitting
good visual.
bitch in the middle here.
There's a different thing. If there's something else that Big Cat taught us, it's that people crammed makes for a good environment.
It plays.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. Regardless, today's Rundown is brought to you by Sling. Sling, if you love watching live sports and you're tired of the high prices, it's time to take control of your TV experience. It's time you got Sling. Sling is the place where your favorite sports channels like ESPN, FS1, TNT, and more all together for less. I'm getting frustrated on stuff I can't get, so I'm going to really look into Sling.
I am so frustrated with my cable company. Frustrated.
I saw yours. I'm paying $250 a month. That's
What?
outrageous for
Yeah.
cable and internet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got all the channels, though? You got HBO and shit?
I got HBO and then like
Red Zone, all that kind of shit. But it's just like, but then I also now I got the bundle, and it's just like I just have too much, and I feel like Sling is just the answer.
Yeah.
Like Sling is where it's at. I have Sling too, and I think I'm just going to cut everything else and do Sling.
It's the cheapest way and best way to get NFL Red Zone, NFL, everything really, to be honest with you. So with Sling Blue, plus you get the Sports Extra package, you get Red Zone, you get NFL Network, and more for only $21 for your first month, plus watch past episodes of The Rundown, The Yak, Stool streams, and exclusive new Barstool content for free on the Barstool Sports channel on Sling. I don't know if we're on there. Hopefully, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe this will be on there.
Yeah, Matt.
I heard this is
now.
Feature programming now for them.
There we go.
Yeah, the four of us.
There we go. Sling is easy to set up, easy to use, and there's no contract starting at just $35 a month. Sign up now and get your first month for just $10. Whatever you're into, Sling is where you can find the live sports you love all in one place. Go to sling.com/barstool to sign up now and get your first month starting at $10. I can't speak anymore. I'm sorry.
What's wrong?
I don't know. Something's wrong. I don't know. Foggy brain, I guess. First topic, the MLB playoffs tied up 2-2. Where are we at? Kyle from Waltham. I guess maybe we'll start there. I don't really understand it. It seems awesome, though.
Yeah, it's because he
explain it?
represents this basically Coley and Jared described him as Kyle from Waltham because he embodies, I guess, like their local characteristics of just being like a blue collar fucking regular Joe,
like
who
a
hits
Southie
bombs.
dude or something.
But Kyle Schwarber's now coming out and being like, he's like issuing Simmons like, I am from Middleton, Ohio, though, and I do appreciate Middleton, Ohio. Like it's gotten so big now that Kyle Schwarber has felt compelled to tell people he's not actually from Waltham.
They think he was on like the Waltham Little League World Series.
Yeah,
or something.
Yeah.
And they interviewed the high school baseball coach, and he was like, "Yeah, all these people are reaching out to me about what it was like to coach Kyle Schwarber."
He fucking rakes, dude.
Dude.
What do you want me to say?
They
Carl.
took down the Schwarber bleachers at Middletown, Ohio.
Carl and I was
denounced.
shown a picture of Kyle Schwarber in high school by a friend of the program, and he was about, how tall is Schwarber? Like 6 foot, 6'1"?
Maybe. Not
I
even
think he's
that.
under.
Call it 6 foot, and he was probably 400 pounds.
He's a big guy.
It was the funniest picture you've ever seen in your life.
Shockingly nimble, though.
Aren't you like sworn to secrecy to never show that as well?
I don't have he wouldn't send it to me. He showed me on his phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was hypersensitive about.
Yeah.
sacrificing that relationship. But MLB playoffs, the pitching is just fucking terrible in the championship series.
Awful.
It is. It's like embarrassing that the final 4 teams and nobody starting pitching can get it out. Even the Dodgers have good starting pitching.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel that the Red Sox have to face the Astros without McCullers?
It makes me sick to my stomach because he is just bred to pitch in the postseason, like just heavy sink, commands his zone pretty well. You know, fastball slider, goes and says, here it is, hit it. And he had to get injured a week after the fucking White Sox played him. And it makes me sick because I think that the White Sox would have matched up awesome against the Red Sox. And here we are. It sucks, man. And the Astros pitching fucking sucks outside him. Fucking 82-year-old Jerry Atcher, Zach Greinke started for him yesterday. I mean, obviously they won big, doing large part to the just horrific umpiring in that game. But at the same time, like the Astros were shitting all over the ball. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Altuve is awesome.
Oh, he's this fucking stud, man.
He's become
awesome.
a good villain. He
Is
really
he buying
has.
into it now?
So-
Yeah, I think he has, and I think sports are better when you have clear-cut, identifiable villains.
Did you see what Carlos Correa said about Rodriguez doing the watch thing? Because how did it go?
The pitcher
Reds-
for the Red Sox
Yes.
got Carlos Correa out, and while he was walking off the field, he pointed at his wrist and simulated the wristwatch action that
Right.
Carlos Correa pulled when they were in Houston.
Carlos Correa, what time is it? What time? It's time for you to shut the fuck up. That's what time it is.
So it was that shit. And Carlos Correa after the game was like, dude, I loved it. Like, that's what sports are about. That's like the nature of competitiveness. And I kind of respected it. Like, I love that kind of shit. It adds flair to the game that is, viewed as boring by those who don't actually love it. And I don't know. I like those kind of dramatics.
It hurts though because as being the little guy, like that's like the hopeful guy. Like he should be a hero. He should be the David Eckstein.
He was.
You know?
And
I know.
he had this.
I know.
He was literally the most beloved player in Major League Baseball.
Oh,
He has
yeah.
any
One of
fan
them.
base like, dude, if I could have
Exactly.
one player on my team to cheer for, watch every day, give me Jose Altuve. And now literally everybody hates his fucking guts.
Yeah.
And now there's a swing back for respecting the guy because he just fucking pops, man.
Yeah, it's like John Cena or Hulk Hogan turning heel. It really is.
And where did you enjoy that part of their character arcs?
I don't think Cena has ever done so, to my knowledge, but it's Hogan. Yeah, that was a legendary clip. Mm-hmm. You guys don't know what we're talking about.
Nope.
Sucks to never watch wrestling.
Yeah.
Miracle flight. There was a flight to Boston for the Astros Red
Well,
Sox
you
game.
you skipped over the Dodgers are
Well,
getting
yeah,
fucking steamrolled
I mean,
right
do
now.
we-
No, they're not. They
won.
won last night, 6-5.
So what is it? 3-1
Cody
in the
Bellinger
series?
It's
came back
2-1.
from the dead and
2-1.
hit a bomb in the bottom of the 8th to put them up 6-5. They won dramatically.
There we go.
Series hasn't
Now, if you
started
do want to
until the
talk
road
about that,
team
though,
wins.
I think it's fucked up that they had the Dodgers play a 2:00 local game because they just will always put the Red Sox in prime time. Instead of having the Red Sox play an hour earlier and the Dodgers play a little bit later because they got West Coast time. They got 3 hours behind the East Coast.
That's Dodgers' fault. Tell fucking Jason Bateman and his buddies to watch the games. I don't know, right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm just saying it'd be nice.
Yeah.
There is something about that Dodger blue in daylight, though, too.
Okay.
Nah, I like it under the lights.
The shadows.
Well,
All right, there's a plan. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
No, it's
there's
okay.
no, that was my fault.
Exposed yourself.
I saw it was 5-2. I did not know
6-5.
they fucking won last
6-5.
night. So I thought it was a 3-0 series Braves. I'm like, oh, that series over. Then I went and made dinner or whatever, and then went back to the Red Sox game.
And just assumed
watched
that
Never check the score.
Never checked the score. There might have been a little 3-chi involved.
the White Sox Dave experience.
My interest has significantly dipped since the White Sox got
Yeah,
bounced.
Yeah.
that's how I am too. It's been background music for me.
Excuse me that I brushed over it.
But you weren't interested in the series. You weren't interested in White Sox Dave.
No, I was interested in the series actually.
Okay.
I was because I was pretty into it on the show last week.
Yeah.
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 Kopech, shit like that.
Speaking of shit, we'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get to the shit later. Don't worry. Miracle flight, a flight to Boston for the Astros Red Sox game crashed and all 21 people on board survived.
One person walked away with like minor back injury. I was gonna blog this yesterday. Have you seen the pictures?
I saw one picture.
It is a fucking plane crash. It's like, how did it is a fucking hole in the ground. The plane's completely obliterated to pieces. it is wild that not one person was even really scratched so much on this plane.
Do we know if like they crash landed in the field and
They were
like ran
taking
off?
They were taking off. It was a private jet that could hold like 140 people total, but there's only 23 on it. And like as soon as they tried to take off, they're like, nope, can't take off. And they like skidded over a highway or something. And then it was just a fireball mess, and the plane was completely.
The only thing you can see in the pictures is like the tail.
Yeah, how did they walk away from that?
Unless it was like some action movie where they crash land, they run off the plane, and then it blows up.
Just like jump out off the
Yeah,
wing and like
I don't know.
tumble.
Right.
I don't know.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah.
I mean, I think people can get pretty close, and all that stuff, your friends, relationships. I don't know if there's a bond in human history that can go as tight as all these 21 people surviving a plane crash and walking away. So, like, what do you do now? How do you follow up on these relationships? Do they go on vacation together? Is this like you're sending each other Christmas
I
cards?
assume
I mean,
they're
it
all
could be
friends,
like almost famous, where they like confess things as it's
like,
going
fuck
down.
it, I'm gay.
Was it private? I assume it
Yeah,
was private.
yeah.
Right?
It was
so they
private,
all. I
yeah.
mean, you don't take private jets with randos.
Yeah, but it could be like, a
21 is
little
a
uncle,
lot.
nephew. It's a big crowd.
Well, I mean, there's 21.
It was Houston,
private
was
jets.
it?
I don't know.
It was coming from Houston, I
Texas
believe.
to Texas to
Going to the
Boston.
game.
Yeah.
So yeah, but would you get in a flight after that and be like, all right, well, we made it. Let's charter another one and get to that game?
I don't know what I would do. I mean, that's scarring. That's like, I mean, he's been in the news like crazy. That's like Travis Barker when Blink-182
Yeah.
got into the plane crash.
Ernest Hemingway survived 2 plane crashes in
Did
a
he?
24-hour window.
Who was the guy we did the dog walk
That's a
on?
1 in a
Ed?
million shot.
The Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
Oh, Howard Hughes.
Shutter Island.
Howard Hughes survived 5
Aviator.
plane crashes. 5.
But he was also the flyer, right?
Yeah, like he would be like,
Oh,
I got
he's
the-
designing
Yeah.
this
Right,
shit.
yeah,
He's
so
like
he
designing
was
that's
the
like trial and
airplane
error.
prototype.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
the test monkey, and a lot of times it was the test monkey crash.
If
So,
you're flying, I feel like you could figure out how to way to survive personally. That's just you.
I don't know. But to answer your other point, I kind of think you could play a mental trick where it's like, I've already survived 1 plane crash. There's no way statistically
That's
I'll
exactly
ever be involved
the
in
odds
another
of
one.
being in 2
I think
are
I'd get
astronomical.
Like pull up the next plane. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's
But he
why
just
I brought up
flew
the
for
question.
the first time in like 20 years or like 10 years, like a couple weeks ago with Kourtney Kardashian.
Howard Hughes?
No, Travis Barker.
Oh.
Yeah.
The
So
drummer.
it's scarring is my point.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely
Yeah.
scarring, but
Like, so I doubt those people. Where did they, was it near Texas? They got
I
in the crash?
want to say it was Houston to Boston. Yeah.
Clearly, we're prepared. Sorry. So glad they survived, though. That's a good news.
Yeah.
Maybe
one
we were
person
like
walked
making
away.
headway into like plane crashes, like safety. I don't know.
What's
that
more
possible?
dangerous, a plane crash or going into Boston for Game 4 of the ALCS as like an Astros fan, like talking shit to Boston people?
well, I think they're probably in a suite. The private jet people
Yeah.
are probably
They're
in a
probably
suite.
in a
Probably
suite.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With gas.
Well,
Yeah, they're in
Yeah,
there
they're
with
probably
gas.
on their way to their
it could
gas
be one
suite.
guy with the suite. Everybody else is kind of.
Yeah.
Cheap seating it. So good. That's great news. Netflix Lockout. Transsexual employees are staging a walkout in response to Dave Chapelle special. I don't know if that's true. That's the note I got. I think it's just people in support of the trans community are walking
And you've got
out.
really strong opinions about this, Ed. Let's hear 'em.
I don't. I haven't seen the special, so I can't really comment on it. That's how I feel.
I've seen it.
What do you think?
I didn't like he talks about the transgender community all the time, and then he acts like he's surprised when they get mad at him. So I don't know. But at the same time, I didn't find it like I thought it was a good special. Like I didn't think I didn't watch it and be like, oh my god, I can't believe he said that. It's like the same shit he's always been saying. I don't know what's different about it.
I don't
this
think
time.
Dave Chappelle's a bad guy.
Me
I
neither.
think everything
No.
I've seen, like he's
He's a
seems
very smart guy.
like a pretty smart and a pretty good human being. So like like I said, it's hard to comment without seeing it. So sorry.
Yeah.
This was the topic they were giving, and they said we got to stick to the topic sheet.
Okay, so what about instead of Dave Chapelle though, the Netflix walkout? Are you guys feel any risk? Like, is Netflix important enough to you guys where if it collapses, or like not saying it collapses, this is a bad move though. Are you guys like, not my Netflix? A lot of people have a very personal relationship with Netflix.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's so many now. Just if Netflix collapsed after the next season of Peaky Blinders, I think I'd be fine. But I just got to get through that.
You got to get through that.
Yeah.
From what I gather, because I have not watched it either, but Dave Chappelle said he's like, I've made an entire career off of making fun of people of every shape, size, color, religion, blah, blah, blah. No one's immune from it, but it's all in the name of humor. Yeah. And if you want to be treated as equals, that's exactly what I'm doing. I could lay off of it and, like, because you guys are too sensitive, I guess. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to treat you like I treat everybody else, is what he said, from what I understand.
And now I might be conflating it in my head because I watched the new one and an old one, like, back-to-back whenever they came out. And he tells this story about this friend of his that he met while, like, it was this trans woman who was showing up to all his shows when he was, like, working on a set in San Francisco. And she was just laughing and, like, made him feel good. So he's like, I got to meet this woman. And then she's like, it's my dream to be a comedian. So he was coming back to San Francisco, and he had her open for him. And then she stood up for him after one of the other specials online, and it gets, like, really dark and heavy because then people really started attacking her. And then
God forbid she have her own opinion, right?
And she committed suicide.
Oh,
so, like, that was the story that he. I mean, it's pretty heavy for the fucking rundown, episode 1 for us, but. That's the story.
Fasoli's giving us these
these are tough topics.
To be fair, a transgender
Fasoli.
lockout for Netflix is a heavy topic.
It definitely is. And the headline did say, I looked it up while we were sitting here, is transgender employees and allies. So it's not.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, okay, just to confirm,
And that's what this said.
And so I don't know, but it is one of those things where it's like some kind of like I watched it and I was like, that is a horrific story. And horrific what happened to that woman, too, for just standing up for her friend who had done a lot for her. And it's like kind of like Dave Chapelle, like proving that he is, fine. He's not transphobic. Like, he's one of his friends and this person he was helping. And I don't know. It was these tech companies out there, though, like the Spotify, protests about Rogan, now Netflix about this. It's just like, I don't know. It's a lot.
Protesting's back?
It's
hot.
Yeah, it is hot. It's been hot for a few years now.
Yeah.
What's next? Vaccine mandates?
Yes, vaccine mandates. Dave, cut his mic. No, I'm kidding.
I got nothing to say.
I'm kidding. The NBA is back.
It's not. I'm going to watch the Bulls.
I'll watch the Bulls
just
here
say
and
the
there.
NBA is back.
The NBA is back.
And we'll see you at Christmas when it is actually back.
Yeah, I'll see. I'll watch your Christmas games.
All right.
You can find 4 bigger NBA guys at Barstool.
Yeah. I mean, we like the Bulls, but the Bulls haven't played yet. I don't think you really want to see us get into Bulls anyways. If you do, go listen to Redline Radio.
Yeah, which we never talked about the Bulls on Redline.
So,
dude, he was fat as fuck.
It's strong, it's fine, got curve, my wide, Hong Kong, drive-by, panorama, fit both sides.
Oh, the Weight Watch for Zion. Yeah, I mean, listen, this is a guy who's going to struggle with, like, the Weight Watch his whole career. That's what everybody said. Probably the only way for him to get out of it is to get the fuck out of New Orleans and go play for a team where you're actually, like, locked into, like, hey, this is your championship, take it serious. But, like, right now he's just the absolute best player on the floor, alone, going out chasing double-doubles. Like, of course he's going to hit the jambalaya in the fucking – am I wrong?
No, I don't know. I don't know enough about the Pelican situation right now, to be honest.
I think he could probably still jump through the roof, so I don't think anybody cares.
Well, he's consistently getting injured. That's a problem.
Oh, well.
Lower body injuries. Load bearing. Number 5, elementary school teacher feeds her students Stoney Patch Kids, thinking they were regular Sour Patch Kids.
Just a wild story.
So
I don't know what
By the way,
are.
this teacher is first off, you Google the story. Teacher's hot.
Really?
Yeah, and we're compelled to say that because it's like the teacher's hot.
Chief and I immediately whip
I'm
out
doing
our phones.
research.
Stony Patch.
Okay, so I've never heard of Stoney Patch Kids.
So package is 350 milligrams of THC that comes in individual serving size of like 35. And so she gave a bag to the kid, so you'd have 10 edibles, 35 fucking milligrams.
Nope. I mean, that's
and this
like,
no offense to 3Chi or Delta 8 stuff. Like, we're talking THC, which is a little.
So, I mean, it's like, see you next week.
Yeah. If you eat the whole bag.
Yeah. I will say, though, I looked like the Stony, like that could have happened to anybody. That packaging.
It's the exact same thing.
Identical. They should probably sue, Sour Patch should probably sue them for trademark infringement. Like, it looks exactly the same.
So, is the teacher, she get arrested and everything?
She got fired.
See, I don't know how the Stony Patches end up in her prize box.
It's Halloween.
But
those
like
come in a
those
smaller.
are
I'm
edibles.
pretty sure there's-
you go buy edibles. Like
Well,
those
they smell a
those-
little different too.
I don't think
Probably.
teacher
taste different.
unions
Smell.
allow drug testing. I'm pretty sure. So a lot of teachers are potheads. I could be incorrect there, but I remember hearing that. But
What
so
about
I'm
nurses?
assuming.
What have you heard about nurses, Dave?
I don't know, but my point is that she probably just is a pothead herself and had them and was like, oh, I'll bring these to the kids, thinking they're actually Sour Patch Kids, and then. I mean, did she gave one kid, or did she like hand out like one?
A kid won a prize. He got to pick a prize out of a box. He pulled the Stoney Patch Kids.
That could have happened to anybody.
It could have happened.
Coulda
to anybody.
happened.
But then
Anybody.
investigators went back. The principal went back, went through the prize box and found another package of the Stoney
Well,
Patch
she
Kids. How did
likes-
2 of these things end up in a box?
She loves weed. She loves weed, clearly. And then she maybe was high when she was putting that party box together and got it fucked up. Like, that could happen. The packaging looks too identical.
I don't blame her.
I don't blame her
The
either.
kid will be fine. He was probably puking his brains out and higher than a ball sack, but like
No,
he'll
he
be
didn't.
fine.
The reason she got busted is because the kid was at daycare, was at like after school program, and asked one of the adults to help him. Like, could you help me open this bag of candy?
Oh, so he didn't even eat it? Oh, what a pussy!
I think the story isn't about this kid getting high. I think the story is
About
the-
negligence, Dave.
The hot teacher slinging.
She's not hot. I looked.
It's negligence.
Dave, that's a mugshot, bro. That's a mugshot.
I know.
You're telling me that mugshot doesn't.
I'm telling you, it doesn't.
I've
Does
seen
nothing
hotter
for-
mugshots.
I've seen much hotter mugshots.
Well, I mean, that wasn't the. I didn't say it was the hottest mugshot.
Pretty good mugshot.
Thanks, Ed.
Yeah.
Tom, what do you think?
So hopefully everything goes okay.
I hope.
Maybe she'll-
I mean, what state was this in?
South Carolina.
yeah.
Is weed legal there? You
Probably
get-
not.
Probably
No,
not.
they hang you. They execute you for stuff like that in South
That
Carolina.
is true.
Really?
That is true.
No.
I mean, I don't. But that's a tough state to get busted.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
Billy Joel is a hero, according to this. He stopped selling front row tickets, so rich people who didn't care couldn't take those spaces, and Billy would send his crew to the upper deck seats to bring people down to the front row section for the real fans. And then it got reverted. This is a gloat. This is a note from Glenny, I guess, blogged it, that it's about him inviting hot blondes down to the front row, and that's why he doesn't sell them.
The man has a type. The man, he was married to Christy Brinkley for a long time.
Yep.
You lose that, you got to supplement it somehow. I feel like that's not a bad move for him. I don't hate that move at all.
Wow, Chief.
I like it.
I know you like it, Dave.
Well, I mean, it's a power move. I enjoy a good power move.
I
to
wish-
just buy out the fucking pit at one of your concerts that have 40,000 people.
Is he
at 'em.
buying it out, or is he just not selling tickets?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, it
Either
doesn't
way,
matter.
he's not
Either
making
way.
money off of these.
Either way, the point is that he's like, fuck it, I'm Billy Joel.
Now,
I'm gonna bring back a bunch of big titted blondes and send them front row
my question is, like,
because I can do it.
after it got reversed, like publicly for the hot blondes in the first couple rows thing, did he admit it?
I would.
I know you would. And that's like what popped in my head, where like when we catch you in a lie, which happens somewhat frequently, you're like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
What if he was just like a big finger guy? He just liked to like finger bang chicks because of the piano hands. Like he just likes to stay sharp. Like maybe it's like a combination of horniness, but he's also got like an obsession with his hands and his.
I'm gonna G minor that girl later.
Yeah, like some of those solos he plays are like
Yeah.
those could do some damage.
You would do this, Dave. Like if you're
If I could, yeah.
you're
fuck yeah.
pursuing a guitar career.
I
feel like
love-
if a place you would like lose your money that you made on the day just to get girls in the front row.
I thought he did that at the Jewel Osco live show. We did.
What, did you really?
No.
He set a couple chairs aside up front. He's like, yeah,
No, I would just like to be so powerful and have such a like executive feel about me that I could pull off a move like that.
Yeah. I just want him to admit it. I just want him to be like, yeah.
That would make it all the better.
How old is he now?
70.
70. This is
Ish.
his move. He's like, I got money. I can play piano. This is how I get
Let's
girls.
get the
Just get 'em
23-year-old
up here.
to sing
Plays MSG
fucking
once a month. Like that's
yeah.
That's Billy Joel.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Let him live.
Yeah. All right. Post show. Does anybody have anything that they'd like to talk about? Actually, I do. Right out of the gate.
He's gonna
If you
get ahead of
listen-
it.
If you listen, well, I'm
Red Line Radio.
I'm already ahead of it, you dodo.
You can't do this.
Tom-
I
Tom-
brought it
Tom-
up.
Tom-
I brought it up earlier.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? I said we'll get to the shit later, and it's the floor is mine.
Tom, was it not on today's dog walk? Yes, it was on today's
What?
dog walk where I
What?
talked about that.
About what?
About what I want Dave to do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought we were talking about something else.
Oh no,
This can go to. There's one serious thing, and there's one.
We're gonna go jovial first.
Oh, I would like to end on the jokes.
You think
no,
so?
let's end on this.
We're joking. We're jovial right now.
All right.
So we'll do this. I talked about listening to the dog walk today. I talk about how I wanted to pay Dave to do the Jackass Steve-O thing where he wears this astronaut helmet and someone shits in a beer bong, and he has to just eat the shit
The
smell
fumes, the methane.
for like a minute or two. And it turned into a whole discussion. Listen to Redline Radio tomorrow where somehow I am being asked to do it.
For $1,000.
Because you said you'd do it for $1,000.
No, I did. I said I think.
No,
I
you
think
said
I
you'd
might.
do it for $1,000.
I can't wait till Ed's an alderman with these types of answers.
I said
I said I think I would.
I was thinking out loud. I was legitimately thinking out loud.
So what is the going rate where you're like, yes, let's do it tomorrow?
Dave said $25,000. He would do it. He would put
On the condition, though, that he got to donate 50% of it to a charity of
He's
his
a very,
choice.
very charitable man.
Yeah, that's true. I am. More than any of you fucking punk bitches.
How do you know?
Because I do know. I donated $50 to a sorority's breast cancer fund yesterday. When was the last time you donated to a charity?
What, you want a cookie for that?
No, I'm just
$50?
saying. He's like, well, I was proving a point.
I mean,
You don't know what I've
Ed drops it
donated
in the
to.
basket every Sunday.
I donated Dante's marathon cause
So
last
did I.
week.
So did I.
I don't think your name was on there.
$250.
Let's take a peek.
Are you lying,
Regardless,
Dave?
he's smiling like
Are
he's
you
lying.
lying?
I'm lying.
Yeah, see, he's a liar.
Well, that's harsh. A liar would keep it going. He likes to
Yeah.
sprinkle it out there, and he always admits when he's lying.
That's true. Regardless, I think it would be very funny to see Dave put on the astronaut helmet and
And I think it'd be funny for you to do
take
it.
the fart.
And you said you'd do it for $1,000. I said I'd do it for $12,500.
I was thinking out loud.
There's
I don't
no
know if I'd
way
do
this
it.
shouldn't end in a contest where you guys do it to each other. There's no way that like one of you
We
does
met
it to
eyes
the other.
right there, and we
like,
like started considering it. I
yeah,
think.
like
Well,
we'll
we
get
got-
2 helmets.
Yeah.
You guys
This
will
is
both
gonna-
go out for authentic Mexican the night before. What were you saying? Stout beers.
Oh
and
no,
half
no, I don't
gallons of
want
milk?
to. Oh, I want like shitty 4 a.m. Mexican, not like
That mystery place on Wells in Old Town.
yes,
Like the taco
yes.
van.
Yes,
You want
like
a taco
the place
van.
we
Or,
always get
sorry,
to.
I'm sorry, a
Yes.
taco truck.
Yeah.
Taco van, taco truck, Dave.
Don't start.
I'm sorry, Dave.
He's always trying to change the subject and politic around. He said he'd do it for $1,000, and he's trying
listen,
to goad me
I-
into doing
I
it.
was giving him
Stop
numbers.
talking. The floor is mine now. I said that I would do it for $12,500 because if you have ever listened to anything we have said, have the weakest, bitches, pussiest stomach of all time. I don't like anything that smells bad, looks bad. I can't watch like super gory stuff. I got a bitch stomach. Ed said he'd do it for $1,000. I said $12,500. I'd suck it up, even though I'm sure I could be, negotiated down. But the point remains, Ed said $1,000. So tomorrow, I'm gonna blog this. I'm gonna raise the $1,000, and I'm gonna build the concoction myself. I'm gonna get the fishbowl thing. I'm gonna get the beer bong. I'm gonna get all the duct tape and what's the sealant stuff called?
Sealant.
Seal.
That fucking
Flex,
foam that you-
flex,
yeah,
flex
yeah.
seal.
Caulk.
Flex seal.
Caulk.
You're not
Yes,
gonna.
caulk.
Yeah, let's caulk
Caulk.
it.
We're
You're
gonna
not
caulk
gonna
it,
talk me into an astronaut helmet. That's not how that works.
and then
Caulk's
I am
dries.
gonna.
That's hard.
I'm gonna go to this place that is just the raunchiest Mexican
No,
place
see,
ever.
I'm not gonna allow
It's
him
called
to steal my brain. That I wanted him
Los
to do this. Now he's
Tres
gonna throw it on me.
Ponchos.
He upstreamed you on it, though.
A Los Tres Ponchos.
How
is
did
good.
he upstream me?
Los
Because he
Tres
topsy-turvy
Ponchos.
the whole situation. Now you're the one who has to do it.
This is what it's like to get into a heated anything with White Sox Dave. He'll spin it
unbelievable.
so fast. It's a
I
trait,
said
Dave.
immediately it would take a lot of money for me to do it, and $1,000 when it cut it. I ate the fucking lobster thing for $500,
Yep.
and that was a struggle for me, a struggle.
You're
And
not
you
having to
cheated on
eat
that.
anything.
Yeah, but I gotta smell Ed's fucking enchilada.
But you don't know
shit.
how bad it's going to
No,
be.
it wouldn't be my shit. I'm
Oh,
bringing,
Dave
I'm bringing
wanted
a
it.
heavy hitter.
Oh, you're bringing in Doug?
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, he's be a good possibility.
Doug from Dunning?
Possibly a big.
A double Euro Sunday?
I got some construction workers that would love. Or I
That's
would.
fine.
We got some people that would love to shit in a beer bong.
Do you
But-
think it's weird that Dave specifically wants it to be his shit that you have to smell?
I know that would be that much more degrading. So
I won't allow it.
I could hold that over for my puppet master, just like dangling by strings.
This. How did he get this?
Would
from
you
me?
be more willing to do it, Dave, if it was like a hot, busty blonde?
I've already said this. No,
He
I
thinks
think
that makes it worse.
Yeah, I really do. Girls don't shit or fart or do anything disgusting.
Fair enough. We'll see.
I was about to say something bad.
Put a pin in it for
tomorrow.
Shit in the helmet gate.
I still think that if Ed does it, the way we make a deal here, I think Ed would do it if he got to pick your White Sox tattoo, which you need to get.
You don't have anything to do with this.
You
can.
What do you mean? He
right in here,
Dave? Don't get mean.
Yeah, this
recuse yourself.
This is where Dave gets all hostile.
I'm not
he
kidding.
Starts to lose an argument. He shouts over people, tries to exclude it. He likes to do it one-on-one, and then if that doesn't work for him, he quits.
Have set my parameters. My parameters are very simple. It has nothing to do with the tattoo or me doing nothing. Mm-hmm. I have a price. If my price is met, I'll do it. If it's not, I won't.
Can
it's
I
as
ask you a
simple as
question?
that.
How about when 5 minutes ago you said you could probably be negotiated off of your price?
Do you want to give me 10 grand? I'll do it for 10 grand. Okay.
I don't want to give you anything.
Well, that's why I'm writing the blog tomorrow. We're gonna raise money. We're gonna raise funds, and I'll go to Ace Hardware. We'll get the fishbowl thing, the astronaut helmet. We'll get all the.
This is not no. I'm
it's not even fun anymore.
This is back to punt, pass, and kick stuff where it's like just go do it.
Yes.
And then we're gonna call pause. We're gonna bring in President Obama.
Shutting it down. He's
shutting it down.
Why are you shutting it down?
Because they understand you don't.
Understand what?
Why it's being shut down.
Why?
Because you just turned it into such a
production, an event.
You said when you brought it up to me today. I think
you know what the original price tag was?
half a million.
500,000.
Yeah.
So it was done.
So you knew that it was gonna be something that I wasn't just gonna do. Let's go make funny content. You knew it wasn't gonna be that.
Yeah.
So
and then we started throwing out numbers.
And I reached a number.
I didn't know that I could reach a number for you to do it.
I gave you the number. How do you?
Before I brought it up, why do you think I said it at 500K? No, we're not going to raise 500K.
We'll raise $1,000 for you though, because that's what you said. Is that not, guys?
He did say that, but now I don't really want to take your side because you made the whole thing not fun.
How did I make it not fun? I don't want to get fucking shit breath in my.
This is not ever actually gonna happen.
You don't think that I said that I would do this, that the entire internet wouldn't be fucking tweeting me, DMing me, emailing me every 2 seconds? Like, why didn't you do it? Yeah, why didn't you do it?
No, we're getting back in the statue gate, aren't we?
Oh, 100% we are.
PTSD.
It's not
internet
2019
PTSD.
anymore, Dave.
PTSD.
And you didn't do the turducken, and you didn't do the trip to Al's Toyland or whatever it's called in Peoria.
I did make the duck though.
Old content.
It actually kind of does. How was it?
It was good. Did it in the crock pot.
There you go.
We do need a turducken, and we do need you to get on the Peoria charter.
You're right.
I think that's a clear level set, and then we'll get back to shit and helmets.
Yeah. I don't think people really know what we're talking about.
Well, let's have Pete put an oven in our office, and then we'll do the turducken here.
All right. Final thing. Anything else?
Yeah. How are you feeling? That was a big Dave Portnoy show last night.
Yeah, it was. It was a huge one. I mean, that was one of the longest standing employees in Dave. And
was that one of your favorite shows you've done?
Maybe
not favorite because that sounds fucked up.
I don't
but
think
like,
you take joy in a situation
yeah, I mean, like,
that's like
okay,
that.
favorite's a bad word, but noteworthy.
Definitely noteworthy.
Yeah, I mean, people have wanted it. You know, it's something that people have been wondering about. Naturally, Barstool is an open place. People have been curious about it, so
I mean, we have.
Yeah. A lot of people have. So it came up in conversation. If you watched how it went down, K. Marco was brought in, and then they had their conversation. So,
would you change anything, or would you emphasize anything more in the conversation, or you kind of sat back a little bit for a lot of it?
Well, yeah, it was like that's when that's like two parents. That's like you're not going to get in the middle of that.
No,
there's no way. That's between them. That's I just offered.
You somehow managed to kind of steal the show, though.
Well, some people thought like I was being like super disrespectful with the Ben Simmons comment. Really, I just thought it was a topical person who was like disgruntled. Like I said, if it wasn't him, it was Latrell Sprewell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was not.
Well,
he's just not.
I also think the way he reacted to it hurt you in that. Like it was almost like Moises Alou with Bartman, where he freaks out and everyone
I didn't think like it truly was not something like this is.
Yeah.
I just thought
it's just that everyone.
I think that's why
Ben
it was
Simmons.
so funny.
Yeah, it was just someone who's disgruntled who doesn't really want like where they're at the moment. That's what I meant.
I thought it was an outstanding conversation.
What's K. Marco up to? Is like, I don't know. I think he hates me is basically what I said. I said we haven't talked in God knows. you blog somewhat, and I basically was like, he's tenured, so he kind of does what he wants. And then Eddie's like, want to bring him in. So, I mean, you hate me, right?
No, I wouldn't say that. I haven't not talked to you. You haven't talked to me. You never even talked to me about demoting me. We never talked, period. I heard from your podcast, and then you never talked to me.
Well, yeah, and I think we've talked about this, and I said it. I thought it was pretty clear when I went like crazy that I had to make a change.
I think that after 10 years, like a change like that would warrant a discussion. I wouldn't have even argued with you when we had the discussion. I just would have it would have been nice to be told.
Yeah.
It was to hear both sides and all that shit. And we talked a little bit on Redline Radio. Go listen to that about us being stoolies for a long time and being, the young Viva guys and being around the company for as long as we have a lot of respect for the stuff K. Marco did and how he's built this up. And he's an OG tenure guy. Deserves every ounce of that stuff. So it was really interesting to see how that kind of shit's progressed.
There was a time where I would log on basically just to read K. Marco blogs. Put 2011
for me.
He's a awesome writer. But
agreed.
Yeah. But that whole situation just was not working. So
do you guys have any thoughts? There was a big public feud, Carl. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought that I thought it was quite honestly unfortunate to see how checked out and just you could just see beaten and in our job of hey, write blogs, be funny, come up with shit in a helmet type stuff and it's hard to do that stuff if you're coming in and you don't feel comfortable, you don't feel like this is a spot to do that stuff or you're not really yourself. So I think overarching was oh God, I feel this guy's wounded. I feel bad on that front. But then I do put myself back in that shoes of when we were being managed by him and we didn't get shit. Coley and Nate and Hubs, when you need a question about the blog, dude, they're all over it. They're super positive, supportive, help you out with literally, hey, I need help changing a title around, or hey, if I'm even allowed to talk about this stuff. They're so open and easy to talk to, and that has been such a big shift, and we had the email conflict. So, I do feel very bad for him. I have been on the same side, though, of where he's managed me.
Yeah, he's not a good man, and that was the thing. Dave said, hey, I'm not a good manager, and that was KFC's big complaint. But I think the big complaint from our side came. What's that?
You said KFC.
Oh, my bad. But K. Marco was, and Prez says hey, I'm not really a good manager, and that was one of K. Marco's complaints. And I think from our side, on the blogger side, and I don't want to speak for anybody else, just I think the three of us on the couch and you, I don't think K. Marco's really a good manager. So that's kind of it was weird to be well, you're not a good manager, and then the biggest complaint from us bloggers would be well,
he was totally inapproachable to me.
Yeah.
If I had a question, I wouldn't know who to ask.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to be him because you get a snide.
So would you say some
dickhead
of that
response?
Some of that maybe boiled into that decision?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that would agree with us. I think many bloggers at Barstool would come more towards us on it's uncomfortable. And I think that it was uncomfortable to be hey, are we allowed to do this, or what do you recommend, or if you're looking for advice or something. And
a lot of people are burying Dave and Dave's not a good manager. He says so himself. I'll say it. He's just not involved. He's not hands-on. He's not an emotional guy. He's not.
Well, if Dave was a good manager, we'd probably never hire a CEO after the acquisition. Dave just runs the company and does it himself. I think that's part of why this has worked out so well, is Dave has put himself on the front lines.
He knows
making
the strengths
content
and weaknesses. Yeah.
And okay, if I don't see it, I don't know
this
about
is
it.
This is my final takeaway from this. I think that with the explosion of Barstool, due in large part to K. Marco's contributions, that he probably got a big head and thought he was the cool guy, and that once, especially with us, we call him hey, you're a fucking cocksucker. He had a come to Jesus moment, holy shit, I'm a douchebag, and I think that probably weighed on him a lot. That's how I kind of saw him yesterday, because he just seemed beaten and defeated. Not that confident dude that was running around the blog and doing great for so long. So
yeah, I guess that would I do think he is super talented as a writer, but just he's just not a manager. Maybe have Colt maybe there's some kind of 30,000 foot editorial role for K. Marco where he's better off, and then in terms of a point of contact, it's Coley.
I think his voice very much on the blog though came from being an authority voice for Barstool and being one of the fucking OG guys. So I don't know if it like I don't know if you got to the point with Dave where it's like, can you come back from that? You know, how do you build your mindset back up to be like he was so good at defending Barstool against trolls and haters and hit pieces and stuff, and he'd dig up shit on people and point out hypocrisy and stuff. But that has to come from a place where you feel I'm fucking responsible for this shit. This is my blog, and I'm gonna. So it'd be tough to feel that way right now.
Yeah, no, I mean you're right. It was tough to watch someone in that state, definitely. But I don't think like you guys just said. I don't think people watching from the outside understands the whole dynamic of the situation.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it's good on you for figuring out a way to get them to talk. And I mean, I know it doesn't happen on purpose or planned.
But that's
crazy that he was just there that day too. Yeah.
So I don't know. Hopefully it gets turned around, right? I mean,
yeah. Everybody likes a happy ending.
Yeah,
I would like to.
I love a redemption arc. Everyone loves that. So, and he is, like I said, I think everybody agrees he's like super talented. Like he's a super talented writer. So
yeah, he's great. Great writer.
Yep.
All right, that's it. Anything else?
Is this longer than most of them, or how did we do on time?
I think so. I think it was like 40 minutes, maybe.
Okay.
So who knows? We'll be in like the 20 to 40 range every Wednesday.
Yeah, I like that.
So yeah, hopefully you guys liked it. That's the rundown. We'll see you next Wednesday.